Hello aspirants, welcome to Vishnu IAS Academy. Hope you are all doing well. Today we are going to discuss about prelims, previous year questions, and that too multiple choice questions. And here, I have come up with 3 questions which I have selected out of that, and that too from the topic of biodiversity, environment, ecology, and climate change. Okay, so these are the questions which have been taken from the year 2023 prelims paper. Okay, and the topics, as I told you, are environment, ecology, biodiversity, and climate change. Okay, yes, we'll go through them. Come, let's see. What is the first question over here? Consider the following statements. 2 statements were given, statement-based questions, and the first statement is marsupials are not naturally found in India, and whereas the second statement is marsupials can thrive only in mountain grasslands with no predators. Okay, so, and out of this we are supposed to predict what the correct statement is. Okay, and also what is the correct explanation. Okay, statement and explanation type of questions. Okay, so in this, both statement 1 and 2 are correct, and statement 2 is the correct explanation for statement 1. Okay, so no need of going through all this. Okay, so I'll explain you. Come here, if you see, statement 1 is correct over here. Why? Because what are marsupials actually? So in scientific term, in the world of animals, marsupials are a category of mammals which have pouches embedded on their stomach, actually not inside the stomach but on the stomach. So what is the use of this pouch? This is the pouch in which the baby will be nourished after being born, because the baby being born is not completely born, actually I can say. In the complete terms means it is not completely developed. It is very incompletely developed. Baby will be born for this category of mammals known as marsupials, and hence they'll be having a pouch in which that incomplete born baby will be nourished, and also that pouch will be also having mammary glands with which this baby will be feeding, and it will be protected, nourished till it is completely formed. So you might be very much aware of, right, kangaroos and everything which dwell in the Australia. If you have seen in the National Geographic channel, there'll be female kangaroos will be carrying their babies in their pouches. Okay, that category of mammals are said to be the marsupials. Okay, clear? So what are the examples of these marsupials? Okay, first is kangaroos. Some of the examples of these marsupials are kangaroos, wallabies, wombats, opossums, and koalas are the examples of marsupials. They are generally seen in Australia, Papua New Guinea, and South America, and also in the adjoining New Zealand islands also they are found, actually. This particular set of mammals called as marsupials. Okay, and next is that the pouch, which I already told you, right? The pouch or marsupium. This is said to be the marsupium. The pouch, scientific name of this is marsupium, and hence the animals, the category of mammals are named as marsupials. Okay, after which marsupials are named is not present in all the marsupial females. This pouch is not present in each and every marsupial, but majority of the marsupials will be seen with this pouch. And the gestation period can be as short as 10.5 days. This is the reason why the baby which is born will be very incomplete. Gestation period is a period in which the baby or the fetus will be developed inside the mother's womb. Okay, that the period is said to be the gestation period. In India, these marsupials are not found naturally. So marsupials habitat is not at all India. So in India we cannot find any kangaroos, isn't that so? We don't find any of them naturally. But if we bring them, import them for zoos and everything, that's a different thing. But naturally they are not found. Okay, so that is why this statement is correct. Marsupials are not naturally found in India. Clear? Whereas what is the statement 2? Marsupials can only thrive in mountain grasslands with no predators. This is wrong, because it is not that marsupials can dwell only in the grasslands. Not only in the grasslands, but they live in tropical rainforests. Okay, and also they are prone to predators also. Okay, they'll be fighting and protecting themselves most of the times against the predators also. That is why they'll be thriving in the tropical rainforest among all the predators as well. So, and hence statement 2 is wrong. Okay, and marsupials can thrive in any part of the forest habitat from the trees to the forest floor, whereas the wombat burrows underground. Okay, North America's only marsupials is the Virginia opossum. This is some of the information, extra information for your studies. Okay, and not only in the rainforest, they are also capable of living on the trees as well as on the ground also, because some marsupials are very small which can thrive on the trees as well, and some very larger ones mostly generally prefer to live on the land. And there is a unique set of marsupials known as wombats. These are known for living by digging the burrows inside the land, okay, under the ground. And now, North America's only marsupials is the Virginia opossum. Virginia opossum is the only type of marsupial which is present in the South America, which is very unique to that particular place. Okay, remember this also, so that you can answer whatever the question, however the twisted the question may be. Okay, and next question. Invasive Species Specialist Group that develops Global Invasive Species Database belongs to which of the following organizations? Okay, so this is the question. So what did it ask? Invasive species, there is a specialist group which will be telling about invasive species, and also it will be giving the data list of all the invasive species also. Okay, so what is that particular organization is all the UPSC is asking about. Okay, so these are the 4 organizations. What are they? The International Union for Conservation of Nature, the United Nations Environment Program, the United Nations World Commission for Environment and Development, Worldwide Fund for Nature. Okay, what is the one among all these 4 organizations is the question given here. So before going to the answer, we'll see. Actually, first we have to see what is Invasive Species Specialist Group actually. Okay, this is a group which aims to reduce the threats to natural ecosystems and the native species that contain by increasing awareness of invasive alien species and of ways to prevent, control or eradicate them. Actually, what does this particular group, Invasive Species Specialist Group, does is that, you know, it will be giving all the information related to the so-called invasive species. Okay, actually it will be naming the invasive species and what is their native place and to which place they have come as invasive species and what is the threat that will be posed by these invasive species to the native species, is all the kind of information that will be given by this particular group called as Invasive Species Specialist Group. And before that, what are invasive species and native species? Okay, for your clarification, see, native species are the species which are endemic to that particular place, means which is like a hometown for them, okay, which is their natural habitat. Whereas invasive species are the species which will be staying in some other place, but they'll be coming and occupying the place, occupying some other foreign place and trying to strive over there by posing competition, risk or even at times danger to those native species, which will affect the biodiversity of that particular place very badly also at certain point of time if left unchecked for a longer period of time. Okay, so what happens, they'll be occupying their places, okay, they'll be eating the food that is meant for those species, natural species, and thereby, you know, if these natural or the native species are not competent enough to fight against those invasive species, there is a threat for these species to get perished off. Okay, so that is why it is very, very important to check these invasive species from time to time and then eradicate them if we feel that they are posing threat to our own biodiversity. Okay, so and that information related to this invasive species will be seen by will be given as well as seen in the website of the Invasive Species Specialist Group. Clear? And why they will give the information, as I told you, to give awareness and also to prevent, control or eradicate this alien species or the foreign species. Okay. The IISG promotes and facilitates the exchange. This is the function of it. Exchange of invasive species information and knowledge across the globe and ensures the linkage between the knowledge, practice and policy so that the decision making is informed. Finally, it will help in aiding the governments of the nations to design policies to eradicate these foreign species or the alien species by giving away all the information to the government, okay, to the environmentalists. And the two core activity areas, what are the two core activity areas? First is policy and another one is technical advice. It will be advising, and based on that advice, the governments will be framing their own policies for this, okay. Technical advice and information exchange. It will be also exchanging the information, whether those species are present only in that particular country or they have invaded even other countries as well, is the type of information, and what is the damage they have done in other countries also will be given, and so that we native people will learn about that threat, damage, and we will try our level best to eradicate it as soon as possible, okay. So that information will be provided online through online resources and also tools and through networking. These are the three ways in which this ISSG will be providing information. Resources, online resources, tools and through networking also. Okay. And next, still we didn't get the answer right. Come on. This IISG is a part of International Union for Conservation of Nature. Here comes the answer, isn't it? This is the answer. The International Union for Conservation of Nature. Under this ISSG is the body which is responsible for giving information about this alien species. So if we see a glance about this International Union for Conservation of Nature, it is a global organization that works for the conservation of nature and sustainable use of natural resources. What does it work for? This international organization or the global organization works for the conservation of nature and also sustainable use of natural resources. Okay, is the main aim of this International Union for Conservation of Nature. When was it established? It was established in 1948. And also it has evolved as the world's largest and the most diverse environmental network by harnessing the experience, resources and reach of its 1,300 member organizations. It is so vast that it will be having under it 1,300 organizations working, and those organizations will be doing eminent research on all these invasive species. Okay, that is just one part of it, but before that they'll be working very hard to conserve the nature and also to sustainably use our natural resources. Okay, so it is very, very vast and has been established in 1948. The vastness is evident from the fact of this 1,300 organizations working under it. Clear? And also it is the global authority on the status of nature and the measures needed to safeguard it. So it will be proposing all the measures that are needed to safeguard our nature. It will be identifying the threats as well as proposing the measures in order to safeguard, because without nature we are nothing and we are nowhere also. It is a membership union and uniquely composed of both government and civil society organizations. Okay, it is a blend of both government as well as civil society organizations which have come up and working together to pursue its aim of conserving the nature. What are the main objectives that are embedded in it are? What does it do? Some of them are IUCN Red List of Threatened Species and IUCN Nature 2030. In this list, it will be listing all the endangered species that are present throughout the world and will be time to time informing the countries so that, we'll be seeing and we will be we'll come to know what species of our country are in endangered position, and we'll try to we'll come up with so many measures in order to protect those species, to balance the nature, to balance the biodiversity and ecosystem as well. Okay, so the answer over here is the International Union for Conservation of Nature. Clear? Done. And next question, consider the following fauna. Fauna means animals. Animals. What are those animals given over here? Lion-tailed macaque, Malabar kuet, sambar deer. These are the three animals that were given. And what is UPSC asking over here? How many of the above are generally nocturnal or active after sunset? Active after sunset. Okay, generally nocturnal animals, you know very well. Answer has been given here itself. That which are active during night time, that will be hunting. Okay, for their food during the night times, whereas during the day times, you know, they'll be sleeping. How many are there? Only 1, 2, all 3 or none? How many are the nocturnal animals over there? Okatena, only 1 or 2 or 3 or kuch bhi nahi. Okay, the answer, before going to the answer, you'll be getting the answer with this explanation itself. I'll be explaining about the 3 animals in a very, very brief manner. First, lion-tailed macaque. What is the specificity of this is that it is found only in India. Okay, it is unique to India itself. Lion-tailed macaque or Macaca silenus is its scientific name, which is also known as Vandero, is an old world monkey that thrives in the upper canopy of tropical evergreen rainforest and monsoon forests. It will be thriving in the tropical evergreen forest and also in the monsoon forest. And upper canopy means it will generally likes to get settled itself on the upper portions of the tree, not on the lower branches, but on the upper branches. And also it is endemic. Where is it present? Endemic means it is native to Western Ghats. Mostly it is seen in the Western Ghats of our India. And these are diurnal. See, here comes. You are supposed to read. This is the main important point that is related to our question. Diurnal means which are active both during daytime as well as night time also. Okay, so that means this answer is wrong. Okay, and live in groups of 10 to 20 individuals. And one of the distinguishing features of this species is that males define the boundaries of the home ranges by calls. Males, you know, they will be actually drawing the boundaries of their home for their species, for their group of 10 to 20 individuals by calling out. Okay. And the magnificent, why is it named so? Due to its lion-like long, thin and tufted tail. If you observe it, you know, it will be having a very long tail which resembles that of a lion actually. Lion's tail will be very long and strong, right? So same is the case for this lion-tailed macaque. Hence the name lion-tailed macaque. These are only native to India. Very important again. So there they live in the Western Ghats, as we have already discussed. Western Ghat hills and mountains of southwestern India. Both are same, right? Western Ghats and mountains. They are primarily endemic to small and severely fragmented rainforests of the Western Ghats in Karnataka, Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Okay? They are mostly found in Western Ghats of Karnataka, Kerala and Tamil Nadu also. So according to IUCN, what is their status? It is endangered. That means their number is drastically coming down. Okay? And also CITES, according to CITES, it is listed in Appendix 1. And yeah, this is enough. And next, Malabar kuet. This is another animal. And this is nocturnal, which is the answer. Correct answer for the UPSC question that has been posed. So, the correct answer over here is Malabar civet. This is the correct answer. Why? Because this is the only animal that is nocturnal. Okay, and this is also seen in Western Ghats of India. And also where they are found, they are mostly found in wooded plains and hill slopes of evergreen rainforests. In the evergreen rainforest, they are mostly seen in certain places of wooded plains and hill slopes. Okay, and according to IUCN, their status is critically endangered among the 15 most threatened mammals of the entire world. Okay, that means they are seriously endangered in position right now, which requires serious attention for their preservation. And next, Samba deer, another animal that has been given in the question. It is native to the Indian subcontinent and Southeast Asia. It is mostly found in Indian subcontinent and Southeast Asia, and it is a vulnerable species. According to IUCN, it is vulnerable species, and these are active at dusk and night. Generally, they are mostly active from evening and night also. Okay, so but not completely nocturnal. That is why even these are also excluded from this. Okay, from this you can say that the answer over here is only one is the correct answer and all these are wrong. This is wrong, this is wrong. Only this is the correct answer for this. Okay, hope you understood about this, and yeah, I hope this is beneficial for you. On this note, I'm wrapping up this session. All the best. We'll meet tomorrow with some other questions. Bye.